Hey, what's up there, Day Squad? This is Der. I will be actually new here in my YouTube channel, Der Gaming. I hope that you are here to definitely support me, and I'm hoping to give you the informations that you will be needing about animes and also about games that you like. So for my first content, without further ado, I'm going to tackle the Genshin Impact because I think that most of you would agree that this is a really great game and it is worth the time for us to actually play it. And as most of you guys, I am also playing free to play. That's why I wanted to help you guys by actually sharing this info that most of the people are actually just ignoring the fact that this is actually a strong way to make a boost on this kind of game, which is actually by taking advantage of the elemental reactions or by using combos on different elements of the characters that you will have, which will definitely help you in the long run, and I can assure you that. So if you are interested, definitely stick in with the video and let's get down with it. Peace. Alright, squad, let's go on with it. So basically what we need to know first is I wanted to start up by actually telling you or elaborating to you about these things that you should know about elemental reaction that some of you might not know yet, but I think most of you have already seen this because most of the time at the start of the game you will be guided and there will be some tips or like some kind of a pop-up that you will be seeing reminding you about this kind of elemental reaction. But again, I tried looking for YouTube channels that are actually like explaining this, but I haven't seen quite really a lot of it because I think that most people are focusing a lot on getting the 5-star characters. But what if you're very unfortunate like me to get at least one 5-star? So I'll be honest with you, I'm actually already at adventure rank 27. This is my first account in Genshin and I haven't been really lucky for this free to play, and I'm definitely planning to buy some gems, but that's actually not how I play this kind of games. I wanted to make sure that when I'm actually playing I am able to definitely maximize everything. So let's go with it. So first thing that you want to know is you can definitely go to right here, as all of you right now on the party list, where you can or where you will be able to see what I'm talking about. So in the party list, you will see there your different characters and the different elements as well, right? So on that party list tab, you can go on actually on the part where on the top right corner, and you will see the elemental resonance, which is definitely the definition of what are the elements that is actually included on your party list. So as of now, what I'm actually using is I have the pyro resonance, the water, the electro, and the cryo, which will actually give me an additional 15% for all elemental resistance. So whenever I'm fighting any type of opponents, I'm getting 50% of resistance from it. Okay, that's one thing that you should know. That's the one that I'm actually taking advantage of. The other thing that you should know is that there is actually an additional damages and abilities if you're going to have at least 2 of this kind of elements. So first up that you will see on the list is the 2 pyro elements, or so-called the permanent flames, wherein if you are actually going to be affected by cryo, you will have 40% less time of being frozen. Well, that's really great because most of the time enemies are really, or does really have the abilities to froze you, and it is really annoying, especially like the abyss mage, right? A lot of you have encountered the abyss mage, and with this kind of lineup or setup, it will be really great for that. Okay, and aside from that, you will be getting an increase by your attack damage by 25%. So this is really good for your DPS character, right? So if you have a very strong DPS character that damages for at around 200, that will be at around an additional 50, 25% increase attack, and this is for all of the characters. Okay, that's how much that you will be getting. So on to the next one is the soothing water, which is soothing water is 2 water type or water element characters. So again, in this one you will have a lesser time or a resistance to other word for it is a resistance, 40% resistance, but for this one it will be for pyro. So any fire attack characters that you will be fighting, or any boss that has a fire element, you will have a 40% resistance from it, okay, by being affected by fire or by pyro. That is a really great thing by knowing this kind of like guides or knowledge when you're trying to fight, because as your adventure rank goes forward or goes higher, definitely the enemies will be much higher, and by knowing what are their elements, you can set up your characters that you will be using to fight for them, right? So the next one will be impetus winds, which is by the name itself, it is for animo characters or elements to animo characters. If you have like venti and like the normal character that we are getting at the start of the game, or any other type of wind characters, it will decrease your stamina consumption by 16%, by 15%. And I must suggest by this one you can actually use them when you're trying to, for example, you're collecting your Geoculus or Animalculus, right? When you're trying to travel and getting the teleport waypoints and getting the site for the map, this is really great. This is mostly about movement speed and skill CDs, which is, I might say that this is most likely for like support types or travel type, this type of build. So with that in knowledge, you will save a lot of time actually roaming around the map, right? And then the next one is my favorite. I use this a lot. It is high voltage, which is by using 2 electro characters or electro type characters, you will be getting 40% less time affected by hydro, and then any type of conduct or a burst damage will give you generate an electro particle. So that's really great, because as of me, for example, I'm trying to use like Kayan and Barbara. They're creating the superconduct and electrocharge damage, which is a damage per second, not just by the heat of your character, and by also by the elemental reaction as well. It is really OP, I must say. With the low levels, it will just take you at around 5 seconds for you to be able to defeat the Hilly Curls and other low characters, which will save you enough time to actually farm for more and have a much higher adventure run, right? That's definitely something that you should try as well, and I recommend that for early levels. I love that And the next one will definitely be the Shattering Eyes, and next is the Enduring Rocks, which is for crit rates, the Shattering Eyes, which means that if you have, again, I have explained this pretty much everything explanatory already, and I don't think that I should explain this more to you. I just wanted to make sure that you're very well aware of this before showing you what I'm actually talking about, right? So if that's the case, then so I hope that you were able to like learn something from this. So let's go down to showing you how this actually works in live action. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Stick around in the video, guys. Yep, squad. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you only just one part or one example, because as you can actually recognize on while I'm actually explaining this, I'm already showing how I'm executing the different combinations. But in here, I wanted to show you how OP or how strong this kind of lineup actually is. So I'll go ahead and show you the way that I can actually kill one of the boss on AR 25 most probably. I think most of you knows already this type of hero, and I wanted to make sure that I'll be making the video as short as possible because this is my first video, but I just can't help it. I wanted to make sure that I am giving you every information or knowledge that you can actually get from me. But still, I think this will be enough for you to understand how strong is what I'm talking about. So as you can see here, I'm trying to fight this one. So it's showing on the top of the screen that it has a water type. So what I'm actually trying to do is I'm using the fire and the ice. The ice is to freeze it from moving, and I use the fire so that it will have another elemental reaction. And in this one, you can see that is an electro charge. So that's water and electro. And then this will be overload if you actually see it. Recognize, guys, how fast and efficient I am killing this one. You see, it's not even taking me at least like 10 seconds for me to kill them. That's how strong this is, and I'm not even hitting with my DPS, which is official. Do you recognize that? Well, this one I am actually having quite a hard time. I wasn't able to get the freeze, but still, see the damage that I'm actually getting. The damage that I'm providing for a hero that has a water elemental on it. I'm just using Oz by Fischl, and that's already around 600 to 500 damage per damage, right? Now you see that that's vaporize, the fire and the water, it's also 500 damage that I'm creating. An ice or a freeze, it's also 500 damage. Now if you really get what I am actually saying here, it took me a lot of time for that one because that's 4-hero, but still you will be able to recognize how strong it is. It's giving up 500 damage for everything, right? Did you see that burst? Did you see that? That's 1500 for that specific burst. Did you see it, guys? Did you see how strong that combo was? You see 800 for elemental burst that you're using, 800, 700, all kinds of damage that you can actually get. You won't have to need 5-star anymore. Actually, if you are unlucky like me, you can maximize this type of combinations and build a damage that will be worth 1500 for an actual burst. Can you imagine that? But again, a lot of people are actually just disregarding this because most would actually want to get a better character, and that's right, I would also want to get a better character. But for those who don't have yet, this is definitely something that you should consider. Okay, so the listing that I'm actually getting for damage for vaporize is at around 300, right? Can you imagine that? I'm getting this kind of damage. And did you see the actual burst when I use the elemental burst that I have for my character? I use freeze, fire, and then electro, and I just got 1500 damage in total for just one simple attack. And can you imagine how strong will that be if you can actually maximize that? As of me, I still haven't perfected this type of combinations, but I'm hoping that most of you will. So I'm really happy that I was able to share this to you guys. If you were able to learn anything from me here, and if you like the video, please do click like, and please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do support the channel by clicking subscribe and bell button. I will definitely go ahead and look for better content that I will be able to be sharing to you guys. So again, thank you so much for sticking with me until the end of the video. You do have a great day, and peace, this squad.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is